Welcome back, my YouTube channel worth old coin value. Today, we're diving into something truly fascinating. The 50-cent South African 1996 coin. It's not just any old coin you might find lying around. There's a huge story here about rarity, history, and how this coin could actually be worth a whopping $5 million. You heard that right. $5 million. Stick around till the end, because we're going to go through the complete history, the value, how to identify a rare version of this coin, and whether it's really possible for this coin to fetch such a massive price today. Before we get into the specifics of the 50-cent coin from 1996, let's take a quick look at the history of South African coinage. South Africa has a rich history of minting coins, beginning as far back as the Dutch East India Company in the 1600s. But it was in 1961 when the country officially became a republic, and the rand replaced the South African pound as the national currency. Over the years, various coins were issued, each carrying unique designs and symbols that reflected the country's cultural heritage and political landscape. The 50-cent coin in question today was part of a new series minted in 1996, featuring the famous South African wildlife design. The 50-cent South Africa 1996 coin features a beautifully detailed design. On the obverse, you'll find a portrait of former President Nelson Mandela, a pivotal figure in South Africa's history. This coin was issued shortly after the end of apartheid, marking a new era in the country's political landscape. Then on the reverse side, we have the iconic Springbok antelope, a symbol of South Africa's wildlife and national pride. The coin is made from cupronickel, which gives it a nice, shiny finish and a decent level of durability. But the story doesn't end there. There's something incredibly rare about this coin. Here's where things get interesting. In 1996, a rare error occurred during the minting process of the 50-cent coin. Most of the 1996 coins were produced with the usual Springbok design, but a small number of coins were struck with an error that makes them incredibly valuable. These rare coins were mistakenly produced with the wrong reverse die, and as a result, the Springbok was missing or distorted. A mistake like this happens very rarely, and when it does, it creates a valuable collector's item. So, how do you know if you have one of these rare error coins? It's all about the design detail. If the Springbok looks odd, or the minting seems slightly off, that could indicate you're holding one of the valuable error-struck coins. Now let's talk about how these error coins have become so incredibly valuable. A well-preserved 50-cent South Africa 1996 coin with a rare minting mistake has sold for hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars, depending on its condition and rarity. Let's break it down. A coin in mint condition, with the error clearly visible, could be worth up to $5 million, especially if it has been graded highly by a professional numismatic organization. Coins with minting errors are sought after by collectors all over the world because they are one of a kind, making them incredibly desirable. Why are people paying these massive amounts? It's because rare coins, especially those with historical significance and unique errors, are one of the most lucrative types of investments in the world. Coin collectors and investors are always on the lookout for the next big find. So, how do you spot this rare 50-cent coin? Well, you'll need a keen eye for detail. Here's where to look for one. The year, it has to be from 1996. While other years might have a similar design, it's the 1996 coin that is the most valuable. Point 2, that the Springbok design. Examine the reverse side carefully. If you notice any distortions or irregularities in the Springbok antelope image, you could be looking at a rare error coin. 3. Condition. A coin in excellent condition with no signs of wear will naturally be more valuable. Coins that are well preserved are graded higher by experts and fetch higher prices. You can use a magnifying glass or a coin loop to look for small details that might set your coin apart from a regular 50-cent coin. If you think you have one of these rare 50-cent coins, don't just stash it away. Here's what you should do. 1. Get it appraised. The first step is to take it to a professional coin appraiser or numismatic expert. They can tell you if it's a real minting error and how much it's worth. Point 2. Get it graded next. It's important to get your coin graded by a reputable service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. A high-grade coin will always sell for a premium 0.3. Sell it at auction if you have a truly rare coin. You might want to consider selling it at a specialized coin auction. These are the places where serious buyers and collectors come to find such unique treasures. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is the 50-cent South Africa 1996 coin really worth $5 million? Well, it depends. Not every 1996 coin is worth that much. The rare ones with clear minting errors are the ones that fetch such high prices. But don't get your hopes up just yet. The value depends on a lot of factors like condition, rarity, and demand at the time of sale. That said, if you've got one of these error coins in your collection, you could be holding on to something incredibly valuable. So, there you have it. The 50-cent South Africa 1996 coin is an incredibly fascinating piece of history. Top 2. The coin rare 1992 South Africa 20-cent coin. And we're going to explore why it could fetch as much as $4 million. Yes, you heard that right. $4 million. So, if you have one of these coins lying around, you might want to stick around for the next 20 minutes as we uncover all the secrets of this remarkable piece of numismatic history. The 1992 20-cent coin is a key player in the story of South Africa's coinage history. Issued in the early 90s, South Africa was undergoing significant political and social changes, leading to the transition from apartheid to a more democratic system. The 20-cent coin itself features a striking design, showcasing a Springbok, one of South Africa's most iconic animals. Known for its speed and agility, in 1992, a regular production of these coins took place. But what makes this particular year special isn't just the design. It's the incredibly rare misprints and limited mintage that happen behind the scenes. Now, what's crucial here is that while most of these coins are relatively common, a small portion of them were misstruck or had defects during the minting process. This is where things get interesting. There were several errors that occurred in 1992, including an extremely rare coin that went into circulation with a completely incorrect die, one that features the wrong inscription or a misaligned design. These coins are the ones collectors are hunting for. Imagine holding a coin that's worth more than just its face value of 20 cents. We're talking about a coin that could be worth $4 million. How does that happen? It's all about rarity, demand, and the mistake made during production. In 1992, a small batch of 20-cent coins was struck with an error that caused the coin to be misaligned or display incorrect markings. It's important to understand that error coins, particularly those from well-known mints like the South African Mint, are highly prized by collectors. And when a coin like this is discovered, its value can skyrocket. As you can see in this comparison, the misstruck coin looks very similar to the standard version at first glance. But upon closer inspection, the difference is unmistakable. These rare error coins are incredibly valuable because they're unique, and the story behind them makes them even more desirable to collectors. So, what exactly makes error coins so valuable? Well, when it comes to coins like the 1992 South Africa 20 cent, rarity is the key factor. The fewer the errors, the higher the demand among collectors. And when a coin is this rare, collectors go crazy for it. It's a mix of history, scarcity, and the thrill of owning something that not many people have. Error coins are typically graded by numismatists, experts who assess their authenticity, condition, and rarity. A coin with the right error in pristine condition could be worth a lot more than its face value. Now, $4 million might sound like an exaggeration, but there have been cases where specific misprinted coins have sold for astronomical amounts. Take, for instance, a famous 20-cent error coin that recently sold at auction for millions. This shows us that even a small minting mistake can lead to a huge payday. But of course, these types of error coins don't come around every day. Alright, so now you're probably wondering how you can spot a potential 1992 South Africa 20-cent coin error in your collection. The first step is to check for visual signs of misalignment or irregularities in the design. You're looking for things like doubled inscriptions, incorrect mint marks, or a misaligned die. If the coin looks off-center or has any unusual features, there's a good chance it might be an error coin. Take a look at this example. Notice how the image and text are slightly askew? That's an example of a misaligned die. This type of error could be one that increases the value of your coin. Also, you'll want to check the coin's mint mark and compare it to others from the same year. If something doesn't seem right, get it appraised by an expert.so. Let's say you found a rare 1992 South Africa 20-cent error coin. What do you do next? Into the fascinating world of coin collecting and talk about one coin that could be worth a staggering $2 million. Yes, you heard that right. $2 million. If you've ever wondered what makes coins so valuable, or if you have any old coins lying around, this video is for you. Today, we'll explore the rare 1965 10-cent coin from South Africa and why it could be worth more than you ever imagined. Let's start with a bit of history. The South African 10-cent coin was first issued in 1961 as part of the country's move to decimalize its currency. Before that, South Africa had been using the pound as its currency. Now, 1965 was an important year for South Africa as it was a period of significant political and economic changes in the country. Under the apartheid regime, the economy was shifting and new coins were being minted as part of the country's national identity. This 10-cent coin features the famous Springbok antelope on the reverse side, which is an iconic symbol of South Africa. On the obverse, you'll find a portrait of the then Prime Minister, Hendrik Verwoerd, who played a significant role in South Africa's apartheid system. Now, let's get into what makes this coin so rare and valuable. The 1965 South Africa 10-cent coin is particularly interesting because it was minted in very limited quantities. The standard 10-cent coins were produced in both copper, nickel, and silver, but the 1965 coin, specifically, is part of a very rare set. Most of the coins produced in this year are in relatively good condition, but a few key pieces are highly sought after by collectors for their scarcity and the year they were produced. What's crucial to understand here is the condition of the coin. Coin collectors and numismatists often refer to the rarity of a coin by its minting error, its historical significance, and its condition. A coin in mint state, meaning it's nearly perfect, will have a far higher value than one that's been heavily worn over the years. Now, you may be wondering, what makes this specific 1965 coin worth such an incredible amount of money? Well, it all comes down to a very rare variety of this coin that was accidentally minted with a unique error, a double die or a misstrike. This minting mistake resulted in coins that had a more prominent, clearer strike with extra features that weren't intended to be there. Because of this error, collectors are willing to pay a premium for any coin that features this anomaly. The 1965 10-cent coin with this double die or misstrike has been known to fetch bids of up to $2 million at auctions. You might think, how does a simple mistake make a coin worth so much? Well, in the world of numismatics, errors like these are highly sought after, especially when they're as rare as this. Collectors know that the rarer the error, the higher the value. In fact, this particular coin is considered to be one of the holy grail finds in South African numismatics. Only a handful of these coins with the error exist, which makes them exceptionally valuable. Now, let's talk about how you can identify whether you have a valuable coin on your hands. First off, examine the date. Look for a 1965 coin. Then, check the features of the coin closely. You want to look for any doubling in the numbers or the design, which could indicate a double die error. Sometimes, these errors can be subtle, so make sure you look carefully. Use a magnifying glass or a coin microscope if you can. If you think you've found an error coin, your best bet is to have it professionally graded by a trusted numismatist or grading service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. These organizations can assess your coin and assign it a grade, which significantly impacts its value. Once you've identified a rare coin and have it professionally graded, you may want to sell it. The best place to start is through major auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stax Bowers, or even eBay, where many rare coins are sold to the highest bidder. Another option is to sell it through specialized numismatic dealers or online forums dedicated to coin collectors. But remember, always be cautious and do your research. Only deal with trusted professionals to avoid scams. Oh, there you have it. The 1965 South African 10-cent coin. An artifact that could be worth millions of dollars due to a rare minting error. If you have one of these coins in your collection story,